Welcome back, you beautiful people, and yes, today's a good day. I'm going to teach you how to bar spin. This is the bar spin. Super simple, but it's not. I'm going to try and break it down a little bit into a few steps just to help you understand how to do the bar spin, because it's a bit of a love-hate relationship when you start to learn the bar spin. But first, we need to have someone to help me build something first. This is Blake. Yo, what's up, Blake? Yeah, get digging. The perfect place to learn the bar spin is out of a fly out. So a little kicker to a flat top on top. You can jump out, get some air, learn to spin the bars. You're not going too high. You're not trying to clear a gap or anything. You can put your feet down. It's super simple. So I'm going to show you that after he's finished building that. He's nearly done. Anyway, let's move on. Done! Right, before we get throwing those bar spins around, there's a few important things that I need to point out before we get into that section, and that is bar width, because it's super important. You don't want to have super wide bars like 800mm bars, because they could touch your saddle and you could stop it, and it's just difficult. Unless you're a basketball player and you got massive arms, you can spin those bees all day long. But for me, I'm running 760. It's a little bit wider than normal, but I can still fling those bars because I like to have a slightly wider bar out there on the trail. Next up is seat height. When I started learning it, I did lift my saddle up a little bit more. It does look a little bit silly to me, but hey, it helps you because that lets that saddle grip into your knees a lot easier when you shift your body weight into it, but I'll come to that in a bit. Next up, if you're trying to learn it on an enduro bike, well, you're gonna struggle. You got spaghetti junction at the front there. You got your front brake into consideration. You got your shifter and you got your dropper post. It's gonna get all mixed up and you probably won't be able to turn your bars anyway. But here's a way around it. You can adapt your bike to spin in those bees. But that's another video in itself, how to bar spin an enduro bike. Let me know in the comments down below if you wanna see that. Let's move on to the next step. All right, I did say about it, and finding a good jump to do the bar spin on and to practice it is a fly out. I got Blake to dig this. He's done a perfect job of it. And what I mean by fly, you can dig this into any bank just to get a nice flat surface so you can like land. You don't have to clear a gap or anything, but you can do it on tabletops. Just fly out, land on top of the tabletop. Or if you go to the skate park, go to a quarter pipe, just fly out the top and land on top deck. It's a great place to learn because you don't want to find somewhere where there's a gap to learn it because it gets scary and you don't want to go too high when doing it. Right, let's move on to the next step. So the next step, where do you start with the bar spin? Well, you start on the floor on your back. I've showed you how to do the tuck no hander by laying on the floor, seeing how the bike moves. You see the characteristics of it instead of being in the air and finding out the wrong way. So with the bar spin, exactly the same thing. You want to see how it goes. You can pass the bars, see where or how the bike moves in the air without getting in the air. You can go either way, figure out where you need to be, see if you're gonna clip your knees when the bars spin round, so you see that. You need to bring the bike more into your knees. You wanna clamp your knees on that saddle. But if you're gonna throw them, there's two ways of doing the bar spin. There's the bus driver. What I mean by the bus driver is you're passing it, holding the bars all the way around, which I prefer to do myself. And the other one is you throwing them, doing the bar spin. But that's quite hard and scary. Plus, you're gonna have to have your saddle up a little bit more so you can grip with your knees on that saddle. So it's a good way to just see how the bike moves in the air when spinning your bars. It's pretty cool, actually. You can spend loads of time doing it. Right, next step. Right, I'm gonna break this down to 5 steps. And the first one is jumping. You gotta make sure you can get up into the air, get a little bit of height so you can get that bar spin spun. Right, that next step is locking your knees into that saddle. And by having a higher saddle than normal is going to help you a lot more on this because it's going to be a little bit easier to lock your knees into it. But you want to approach the jump, as soon as you take off, you want to push your bike forward, you want to level it out and you want to lock your knees into that seat post, just like this here. Right, so yeah, by having a higher saddle, you can lock your knees in a lot and it's going to stop your bike from dropping away if you're going to throw them or bus driver them by passing them around. Next step, where it gets interesting. Right now down to the nitty-gritty bit where we're going to throw those bars, but you got to find out which way you want to spin the bars. Is it with your left hand or is it with your right hand? I'm going to explain that. Right, let's break this down. Which way are you going to spin those bars? It's simple, really. If you're right, come over here actually. Come over and I'll explain. So if you're right foot forward, you want to spin with your right hand. If you're left foot forward, you want to spin with your left hand. But then, I'm a bit of a weirdo and I'm a goofy footed rider. I'm right foot forward and I spin with my left. So it doesn't matter. Whatever way suits you best to spin those bars, whichever way feels natural to you, just learn that way and spin those bars. Right, now let's talk about, let's get into it. Now we know what goofy is and what regular is and which way you're gonna throw the bars. I like to throw with my left hand, so I'm gonna carve out to the right. And what I mean by carving out to the right is I can land a little bit sideways and it's a little bit easier to get out of the bar spin. If it gets wrong, you can just jump off, throw your bike away and get off nicely. But if you're going straight, you're gonna bar spin, you're gonna land in your bike. So it's key to just go to a little bit, jump out a little bit sideways and spin those bars. Plus, it's gonna help you lock that saddle into your legs when you grip it and throw the bars. Right, step by step, we've broken it down all the way to pinching that saddle with your knees, so you've leveled it out. But it's all one motion. So you jump in, you're leveling out, you're clamping with your knees on your seat. Whilst you're doing that, you'll be thinking about passing the bars around through and grabbing it. But it's all about looking at your stem cap, looking down at the bars, going all the way around, passing them around so you can see it. It's super simple when you think about it, but it's pretty scary. It's a love-hate relationship, to be honest. When I was learning it, I would do a bar and I'd get scared of letting go, and I would land like this, and I would do that a few times and think, wow, this is not nice, it's painful. And you keep doing it until you start thinking about opening up your palm, palming it around as well, grabbing with your right hand and landing it, but it's all one fluid motion. Okay, so I'm going to break down the throwing of the bars. So you can actually just throw it and let it spin around and grab it and ride off, but I feel like that's a bit sketchy for me. I've learned to pass it because I feel like more in control of the bar spin itself. So I'm going to break it down. As soon as I start going to spin the bars, I let go with my right hand, I move it out the way, my left hand is passing the bar around, and as you can see, I start to move it with the back of my hand, but then my right hand comes in just above my top tube, grabs the bar, pulls it round, and then my left hand just opens up and grabs those handlebars, and I'm right off, stoked I did a bar spin. Right, so catching. So you've thrown the bars, you're passing all the way around, you're looking at your stem cap, you're catching it with your right hand, or likewise the other way, you're catching it with your left hand. When you catch, I do tend to land a bit like this, but it doesn't matter. You've still got in control of your handlebars, you can just slide them across and carry on riding on. But don't worry, when you're learning, you will be catching like this. I used to catch like this and it hurt with those little bolts. Likewise on your brake, if you're running a brake on your right side, you tend to catch it like this and it's gonna hurt a little bit, but more times you practice, the better you will be at spotting where your handlebars are. I got bright grips, so that helps a little bit. I can see where I'm gonna put my hand. Wow, so you've practiced and practiced on that little fly out, and the possibilities are endless. Like, you can take it to other obstacles out there. What about a 360 bar spin on this big step up? Wow! 360 bar spin, wow! The hop bar spin. Bunny hop bar spin, it's just endless. As soon as you get this trick in your arsenal, it's insane what you can do with it. It's really good when you're on the streets. When you're having a session on the streets, you can show off to your mates doing it. You can do tricks like that. It's endless. Hopefully these few tips have helped you out, understand how to do the bar spin. Let me know in the comments down below if you're struggling on certain bits. I'll get back to you. But if you want to see any other how-to tricks, also let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see another video, how to know if I can, click over here. Smash that globe if you haven't subscribed already, because you're missing out for sure. If you loved this, give it a thumbs up, like, and I'll see you in the next one.